Mike and Charlie here. Welcome back to the channel. So we do a lot of communication. And today we're talking about, we're probably going to butcher how this is pronounced, the Retevis, Ailunce two-way radio. And so just to be transparent, they did send us these for free, but we were going to give a true, honest opinion about what we think of these radios. This is the fleet of radios that we use, and what we use them for are our events, mostly communication between our road crew and our internal team. So we've got people that are outside, could be a mile away. We've got people that are inside. So if you follow our Facebook and our social channels, you'll see that we do a Toys for Tots event, right?
Yep.
Every year, we've collected over $2 million worth of toys, and these communication devices are a huge part in what we do in making our event run smoothly. So communication is key. If we lose communication with our team outside or inside or whatever, it's a real problem. So we definitely lean on this kind of stuff. Obviously, it goes without saying, in Jeep community, a lot of these are used for off-roads, for spotters and stuff like that. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So let's unbox one of these. We've got one out, but we'll unbox one here. We've got a manual. What's this, Charlie?
It's a programming cable, so you can program the radio with your computer.
So programming cable, which is included. We'll talk to that in a second.
A power transformer for plugging it in.
Yep, I got two of them. I think they were mixed up from we already unboxed. Power transformer. The nice thing about these is you can charge them from the cradle itself. There are... you've got your tabs on the back. Otherwise, you can USB charge them directly from the back. Both this remote, or both this walkie-talkie as well as the charger itself, both run off USB-C, so that is actually very nice to see. And then you've got a hand tether if you so desire, and you've got a belt clip, so you can install the belt clip. If you ever install these, they're kind of a pain in the butt to install, but once you get the hang of it, pretty straightforward. Now, what sets these apart from all of these are waterproof. So what's really cool about that is, we do a lot of stuff out in rain and snow, and if you watch some of our videos, our crew it's brutal conditions. So that's very cool, but submergible. Now, I don't know exactly to what feet that is. They are IPF rated. You could look up the rating online. That is an industry standard, but they are waterproof. Now, let's just talk about quick comparison from a standpoint of these. When you grab this one and you grab this one, this is a Sandcom. We're just going to compare to that real quick. What is your thought, Charlie? Grab them both. What does it feel like to you?
This one feels higher quality and just a lot nicer.
This one just, it fits in your hand better. It feels like it weighs a little more. It definitely does just feel nicer. Now we've got these Baofangs, however you want to pronounce them as well. This one definitely is bigger. It's a little chunkier. It does have more weight, and the interaction on the screen, which we're going to show in a minute, is definitely better. But from just a fit, finish, feel on these, this one definitely wins. So moving in, turning this thing on, it does have a full color display. When you transmit, it shows you a nice red transmitting here. When you're receiving on the other end, it does show a receiving end. Now you can program these 100% from everything right here on the screen. Obviously, it does come with this programming cable. In order to get to the programming cable, there's a little area here you unplug. Now what's different, you won't be able to use any of your old programming cables that work on many of these other radios, because this area is now waterproof. It's just a matter of pins, and the way they've designed it, it can stay waterproof without the plug. So that is that. The one downside is if you have microphones or headphones that plug into your standard 2-plug jack, like you see on this, they're not going to work on this. You're going to need to get the specific ones, which they make, but you're going to need to get the specific one for this style radio. So moving forward, and if I'm forgetting anything, let me know.
I don't think you are.
We had all of these programmed to work together pretty easily. We've been trying to program this Baofeng with these, and you got to have the cable, and you kind of have to have a degree in radio communications. Listen, we are not experts in this. We use this for our hobby of or our events for Jeeps on the Run, but we are not ham radio transmitters. I don't have an antenna in my house. I'm not trying to reach Mars. So if you're looking for a technical deep dive onto these, this is probably not it. But if you're looking for a real world usage for someone that maybe isn't in the trenches on knowing all these frequencies and the ins and outs, this is a real review. Within a matter of minutes, Charlie had this thing programmed to work with all of the radios. Charlie, how long did you spend on this one to try and get this one to work, and we still haven't gotten it to program with all the radios? Couple hours?
Couple hours and it still doesn't work.
And it's not to say it doesn't work. It's user error for sure. Well, it doesn't work because we can't get it to work. But it's not its fault. It's the simple fact of you got to have the program, and you got to have the...
You got to know what you're doing.
You got to know what you're doing. This out of the box, we had to talk in with all of these radios within a matter of minutes. And honestly, without even opening this, just kind of playing with it. So there is that. The other thing that is really cool, and it's probably my favorite feature of this, is you've got your push to talk button, obviously here, that's going to communicate with the programmed stations. But you've also got two more buttons here on the bottom. So the way our operation works is we have what we call a road crew, and the road crew has about 10 or 15 guys outside and ladies outside. And then we have our inside crew. And when we're managing all the Jeeps coming into our event, the road crew's got all their communications. Meanwhile, our crew inside has communications. And to have them all on the same channel is a disaster. But there are some managers of the group that need to hear both sides, so if there's a problem outside, they can get inside, vice versa. So what I really like about this, so currently what I'm using now is one of these. And unless I am transferred back and forth to those specific stations, I guess I could scroll through, but I have to unlock it, switch bands to communicate with the other channel. With this one, all I have to do is hold down one of these, which will program buttons to transmit to, say, our road crew channel, and the other one could be my normal channel. But I don't have to unlock, switch channels, and then retransmit. So I love the feature that I can now communicate without really having to pull this thing off my belt, look at it, and reprogram it or switch over. The display on these are really good. It's full color. There's probably a shadow, but the contrast is good. You can get UHF, VHF, so it's dual band. It does FM radio, weather, and some other things as well. So overall, the sheer fact that it's waterproof, dual bands, I can program these side buttons, and it's rugged, right? I feel like if I drop this thing, it is not going to break. I mean, you can see by this one, it's all beat up. We're hard on them. In fact, one of these other ones, I have the screen already has popped off. So we are very hard on these things, and I feel like this is going to stand the test of time. Everything I've seen is that these antennas are fine as they are. You can see this one, it's probably off the camera view, right? It's gonna poke someone's eye out, but I've had to add that to get better range. Everything I've seen, I've watched some other videos say even the antenna that it comes with is very high quality, and you're gonna get a lot of range out of it. From what I understand, this is a full 5-watt radio with a little bit of variance, but everything looks very straightforward. The menu's very easy to navigate through. This one, you better know computer programming and probably be some kind of degree in radio transmission to program. Someone else programmed that one for me and handed it off to me, and I would venture to say Charlie and I are very technical people, correct?
Yeah, and can't figure those out.
Can't figure it out. So again, they did give us a pair of these. We have played with them. We'll probably do a follow-up on these when we actually use them at our event. But so far, we are super impressed. And check out the link below if you are looking for one. I highly suggest it. And whether you're a novice like we are or you're deep in the trenches of talking to Mars, I think you will be happy with this unit. Again, Alliance, Ailunce, Ailunce, HA1G is the model number, and we'll leave a link below. So, as always, thanks for watching.
And make sure to like and subscribe.
We'll see you guys in the next video.